What happened to us? When did we stop being the Ummah that once led the world in knowledge, in discipline, in morality? Look around you, my brothers and sisters. What do you see? A community that was once powerful, united under the banner of La ilaha illallah, now weak and divided. We live in a time where distractions consume us more than our faith, where our hearts are attached more to the temporary pleasures of this world than to the eternal rewards of the hereafter. We chase money, social status, fame, and recognition, but at what cost? We have become a people who know the truth, who understand what Allah has commanded, yet we choose to look away. We hear the call to prayer, but how often do we respond? We have the words of Allah at our fingertips, yet how often do we open the Quran to seek guidance? We claim to love the Prophet letter Fi, yet how much of his sunnah do we practice in our daily lives? Our hearts are empty because we have filled them with everything except the one thing that gives true peace, submission to Allah. There will come a time when the Muslims will be great in number, but weak in power, like the froth on the waves of the sea easily pushed around by the tide. Is that not exactly what we see today? We have over 1 billion Muslims across the world, but where is our strength? Where is our unity? Where is our courage to stand up for what is right? We fear losing our jobs, our status, our worldly comforts, so we remain silent in the face of injustice. Hutas. We fear being judged by society more than we fear standing before Allah on the Day of Judgment. We spend hours debating online about minor differences in fiqh, arguing over which scholar is right and which one is wrong, while our enemies are working day and night to weaken our faith, to separate us from our deen, to make us doubt the very beliefs that define us. Do you not see what is happening? This world was never meant to be our paradise, yet so many of us are living as if this is all there is. We are willing to compromise our beliefs, to abandon our values, to conform to the ways of those who do not care about Allah, just to fit in. The Quran warns us over and over again, do not be deceived by the temporary nature of this dunya. Do not let the pleasures of this life distract you from the reality of the next. But we have stopped listening. We have become slaves to our desires, to the illusions of wealth and power, forgetting that none of it will follow us to the grave. When the angel of death comes for us, there will be no time left to repent, no second chances, no excuses that will save us. The only thing that will matter is what we have done for the sake of Allah. How many prayers did we neglect? How many opportunities to help others did we ignore? How many times did we know the right thing to do but chose to walk away? The enemies of Islam are not afraid of weak Muslims. They are not afraid of those who have abandoned their faith, who chase wealth and status like everyone else. They are afraid of the ones who wake up. They are afraid of the ones who understand that their true purpose in this life is to serve Allah and nothing else. They fear the Muslim who stands firm, who does not compromise, who refuses to bow to societal pressure. They fear the believer who reads the Quran, who learns the teachings of the Prophet Lefty, who follows the path of the righteous. Because a believer like that is unstoppable. A believer like that does not fear the loss of this world because they know that what is with Allah is far greater. A believer like that is willing to sacrifice everything for the truth because they understand that real success is not measured by how much you own in this life, but by how prepared you are for the next. Wake up, Ummah. Open your eyes to the reality of the world around you. Look at the state of our brothers and sisters in Palestine, in Syria, in Yemen, in Burma, in India, in every corner of the world where Muslims are oppressed. Look at how their lives are taken, how their homes are destroyed, how their dignity is stripped away. Do you think this is happening by accident? Do you think the world will suddenly wake up one day and fight for their justice while we sit back and remain passive? No, my brothers and sisters. It is our duty to rise. It is our responsibility to stand up, not just in words, but in action. The Prophet Lehi said that if you see an evil, change it with your hands. If you cannot, then speak out against it. And if you cannot even do that, then at least hate it in your heart. And that is the weakest of faith. But where are we? Have we even reached the weakest of faith? Or have we become so numb, so desensitized, that we see injustice and feel nothing? If you are waiting for some grand revolution to take place before you start practicing your faith, before you start taking your deen seriously, then you are waiting for something that may never come. The revolution starts with you. The awakening begins in your heart. Change does not come from the outside. It begins from within. If you want to see a stronger Ummah, then strengthen your own faith first. If you want to see unity, then stop dividing yourself from your Muslim brothers and sisters over minor differences. If you want to see a change in the world, then start by changing yourself. Read the Quran with understanding, pray with sincerity, learn your deen, teach your children the truth. Stop wasting your time on things that do not benefit you in this life or the next. The time is now. The time is now. You do not know how much longer you have left. The angel of death does not send a warning before he arrives. The grave does not care about how much money you made, how many followers you had on social media, how popular you were in this world. The only thing that will matter is what you sent ahead for the hereafter. What will you say when you stand before Allah? What excuses will you have when he asks you about the life he gave you? The Prophet Defa said, take advantage of 5 before 5. Your youth before your old age, your health before your illness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before your busyness, and your life before your death. Have we taken advantage of these blessings? Or have we wasted them, thinking we have all the time in the world? This is your moment. Wake up, Ummah. Wake up before it's too late. Wake up and remember who you are. You are not weak. You are not powerless. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are part of the greatest nation to ever walk this earth, but you must believe it. You must act upon it. And you must never forget why you were created. May Allah guide us all. May He awaken our hearts, and may He make us among those who rise for His sake. Ameen.